Hi guys, welcome. This is Sarah Donald. How are you guys doing? I've been asked this question and I'm here to answer this frequently asked question, which is how did you own a property in Lagos? Because as we know, owning a property in Lagos is not for the weak. The market is brutal. Prices keep climbing. I mean, if you're not careful, you can lose everything to a bad deal. But despite all, I made it, and I'm here to tell you guys exactly how I did it. Now, this isn't my first property, but this one felt different. Maybe because of the sacrifices, the risk, or the fact that I paid for it in full, especially in this economy. I mean, I knew that I had to share my experience because the wins, the struggles, the lessons, things I wish I knew earlier. And I'm glad that you guys have really been receiving it. So thank you so much. But today, I'm going to be breaking it down how I saved, how I made money, the property search process, and how to avoid costly mistakes. So if you're thinking about owning a home in Lagos, it's time to grab a paper and grab your tea, coffee, whatever it is. Relax because I am going to be breaking everything down in this video. Now, let me start with the first one, why I stopped renting and decided to buy. Let's just say with Lagos, that's quite obvious, right? Rent in Lagos is ridiculous. I mean, I've gone from paying like a huge amount, seven figures for what, a three bed, and in the same year, the landlord increased the money. I mean, by almost 50%. At first, I thought I had no choice because the mortgage system in Nigeria is an absolute mess. It doesn't exist, so to say, it's non existent. For most people, so if you're actually buying, why I said for most people that some people are able to get mortgage, I'm going to talk about that in my video because I've actually done it before. But the more I calculated, the more I realized that I was funding someone's investment if I kept paying that rent. So if I keep funding someone's investment, how am I going to build my own? And that informed the decision to start buying property. So that was why I actually bought my first property. Now, I'm now going to talk about the second one, which is affording a property in Lagos. Now, affording a property in Lagos is a strategy. I knew that I needed to buy a house, so I needed to be intentional and how I go about it. Now, the first thing is that I am a big saver. I had to learn financial responsibility. I had to learn how to save. I've spoken about this several times that I actually didn't know how to save. If I make 100,000, I'll save the whole 100,000. That was such a bad way to save. So one of my biggest hack was actually using Piggyvest. I use Piggyvest because Lagos can be tempting. I mean, spending money you don't need. I had to force myself to save. So I use Piggyvest Lock. I used to lock a percentage of my then salary. So once my money was locked, and if you know anything about Piggyvest, if you lock your money, even if you're in emergency, they will not answer you. Send them email, everything, they will not answer you. Second one was really like I tripled my hustle, if that's even a word like that. So yes, I doubled my hustle. The hardest part was that property prices kept increasing. So every time I thought I had saved enough, the market will go up again. That was so frustrating. So even while I was saving, I knew that it wasn't just about saving, but it was also about making more money. So I had to find ways to like triple the income. So I doubled my side hustle. So while my main business brought in my steady income, which I use for my day to day, I took on extra projects. I reinvested in smart opportunities. I even explored passive income. So if you want me to make a separate video on my best side hustle, please leave a comment below. You guys know I got you. This place we don't gatekeep. I'll tell you guys every single business I do, and how I make money from those businesses. So if you need that video, let me know. The next one is the house hunting process. I've made a video about this, so you guys already know that it's an extreme sport. I mean, from overpriced houses that look like they were built in 1990s to fake listing. I mean, you pay and boom, the owner just appears from nowhere. Properties with illegal documents. Are we going to talk about land? One land, five different owners. I mean, so because of this, I knew I had to be smart. So while I was searching for a property, I was doing this alongside with my lawyer, and I kept her through. I've already put her contact in the description. So most importantly, don't rush. I wanted a fully serviced apartment. So let's be real, And then my sanity, because Lagos is stressful. Yes, I didn't want to deal with power, water issues, security. So for me, when I was looking for a house, I listed my what I must have. So yes, and that was part of it. So yes, I made sure I had that. So these are key questions that I ask before settling for a property, and these are questions you must ask. Who built the property? That's who is the developer. Do they have a good history or a bad history, whatever it is? Now, who is the management? Are they competent? How long have they managed that property? Another important question is, what are the hidden charges? What are the hidden service charges? And most importantly, what is the resale value? Is this property a good investment? If I don't want to live here again, is this where I can sell? Too many people rush into buying a house without checking the details. But I wasn't about to spend my hard-earned money on regrets. I mean, I've made my mistake before, so I cannot afford to make the same mistake. Now, if you take nothing else from this video, please take this. Never pay for a house without verification. I keep talking about the importance of using a legal personnel, and I'm happy you guys are really understanding that, because Lagos is filled with estate scams and people lose millions every day. I mean, I wasn't about to be one of them, so I got myself a property lawyer to verify every single property before I even considered making any offer. They send me the documents, I send it across, she verifies before we even start talking. Now, here's a checklist of some of the things that you need to verify depending on what you're buying. Land titles. Does the seller actually own it? Legal approval. Is the building government approved? Previous ownership. Has this land been resold multiple times? How many years is remaining on that land? It is very important. I'll do a separate video on basically how not to get scammed. You can watch my other videos. I've touched on every one of it. In fact, basically I have like a whole playlist dedicated to that, so please feel free to watch it so that you don't get scammed. Now, I'm going to talk about the reality of buying a property in Lagos. I won't lie, paying in full was tough. It kept me broke for a while. But unfortunately, mortgages in Nigeria are almost not existing, and that's for so many reasons. We're still dealing with NIN, we don't have social security, so getting loans is really difficult if you don't have an arm and a leg, you know what I mean? So I had no choice but to pay outright. And was it stressful? Yes. Was it worth it? Absolutely, because if you've bought, you know what I mean. Now, I didn't want to be at the mercy of Lagos landlords anymore, and most importantly, as soon as I signed those papers, right, there's this freedom. It felt like I was free, that someone will not wake up one day and just increase my rent to the 100% for a house that is not mine. And now my final advice on trying to buy a home will be this: reflect. The first house is always from a place of emotions, right? Which is what happened to me, and I'm going to do a video about it. If you're serious about buying a house, here is actually my genuine advice. If your rent is too high, drop it and start planning for ownership, meaning move to a cheaper place and start planning for ownership. It's an investment. It's not just an expense. So you have to, tweak a bit of things in your life. Saving is not enough. Find extra source of income, because the market will not wait for you. So you have to be on top. Use trusted platforms to search for your house. Use trusted agents. Use a trusted lawyer. Please use a trusted lawyer. If you're buying in an estate, ask about estate management, because a bad estate management can turn a dream home into a nightmare. I'll link a video below. Please watch it. Be patient, but also be decisive. Like, if you see what you want, get a lawyer, everything, and it works, go for it, because like I said, the market won't wait for you. Buying a home in Lagos is not really it's not for the faint-hearted though, but it is possible, because if I can do it, you can do it. And trust me when I say it is a great investment, because the house represents years of sacrifice, discipline, smart choices. And I remember when I even stopped traveling because I needed to save more money in order to make up the money to buy my dream house. So as you all know, I already have series of videos about this, and I will be making more. which is basically how not to get scammed. I think I've done things like that. You can also watch it. The side hustles that helped me to afford this house. If you guys tell me in the comment section that you want me to make that video, then best believe that I will be making that video. I can also make the difference between open plan and a house that is already fully built. So if you want me to do that, if you've requested before and I haven't done it, please know that I will get around to all of them. And if you're looking for a good lawyer and a good agent as well, I will give you guys the ones that I have personally used, tested and trusted. So you can check my comment section for the pinned contact. Anyway, that's it for now in this video. I just want to say thank you to everybody that has been supporting this channel. I really do appreciate for your likes, comments, just constantly showing up, and for the amazing messages that I've gotten. People saying thank you because of your video. I was about to be scammed, or I didn't want to come back to Nigeria, but after watching your video I had a change of mind. I just want to say thank you, because that was literally my goal when I started this channel, and I'm so grateful that it is coming to pass. I just want to use this opportunity to say thank you guys. I do appreciate, and yes, stay blessed. Bye.